Do you wonder if your personality could determine who you will be attracted to and who will be attracted to you? Do you believe in the theory that opposites attract? Who doesn't want to know someone and grow old with them? Stay tuned because in this episode of Everyday Learner, we will discuss which temperament am I attracted to. Watch until the end of this video to know which of the temperaments tend to end up alone. Let's get started. World-famous psychologist Dr. Carl Jung believed that opposites not only attract each other, they hold a particular fascination for each other. Many papers have also published that thinkers are usually attracted to feelers, and vice versa, meaning that the thinking melancholic is usually attracted to the emotional sanguine. Even in science and magnets, two positive poles repel each other, and so do negative poles. But as for positive and negative, they not only attract each other, but they stick to one another. Have you ever wondered what attracts you to other people? Usually, it is the subconscious recognition of and appreciation for their strengths that complement your own weaknesses. Consciously or otherwise, we all wish we could eradicate our particular set of weaknesses, and we blissfully admire the strengths of others. For instance, a sanguine would seldom marry another sanguine, for both are such natural extroverts that they would be competing for the same stage in life, and no one would be sitting in the audience. Cholerics, on the other hand, make such severe demands on other people that they not only would not marry each other, they probably would never date, at least not more than once. They would spend all their time arguing about everything and vying for control or authority in their relationship. Two melancholics might marry, but it is very unlikely. Their analytical traits find negative qualities in others, and thus neither would pursue the other. Two phlegmatics would rarely marry, for they both would die of old age before one got up enough courage to propose. Besides, they are so protective of their feelings that they could go steady with a person for 30 years before saying or otherwise communicating, "I love you." Although not a universal rule, most sanguines are attracted to melancholics, while most cholerics are attracted to phlegmatics, and vice versa. Sanguines, who tend to be disorganized and undisciplined themselves, admire careful, consistent, and detail-conscious melancholics. The latter, in turn, favor the outgoing, uninhibited individual who compensate for their rigidity and aloofness. The hard-driving choleric is often attracted to the peaceful, unexcited phlegmatic, who in turn admires a choleric's dynamic drive. After I do. After they get married, the problems from this kind of selection begin to surface. A sanguine is not just warm, friendly, and free anymore, but forgetful, disorganized, and undependable. Besides, she gets quite irate if her husband, a melancholic, asks her to pick up her clothes, put away her stuff, or come home on time. Somehow, a choleric's before-marriage dynamic personality turns into anger, cruelty, and sarcasm after marriage. A melancholic's gentleness and well-structured lifestyle becomes nitpicky and impossible to please after marriage. A phlegmatic's cool, calm, and peaceful ways often seem lazy, unmotivated, and stubborn after a while. Learning to adapt to your partner's weaknesses while strengthening your own is known as the adjustment period. Hopefully, it will comfort you to know that no matter who you marry or what temperament you select, you will have to endure this adjustment period to some degree. Here are some tips on how to make your relationship work. Number 1. Accept that you are not perfect. Humility is the best possible base for establishing any relationship between two people. That is true particularly of marriage because the couple spends so much time together. True love for another person is built on humility. Number 2. Give allowances for your partner's weaknesses. The sooner you face the fact that anyone you marry will have weaknesses to which you must adjust, the sooner you can get to the business of adjusting to your partner. Resist all mental fantasies of if only I had married black or if only I had married another temperament. Remember that your partner is also adjusting to your weaknesses. Number 3. Apologize when you are wrong. Everyone makes mistakes. Fortunately, you don't have to be perfect to be a good person or partner. A mature person is one who knows both his strengths and weaknesses and develops a planned program for overcoming his weaknesses. That presumes you will make mistakes. We must ask then, are you mature enough to take full responsibility for what you have done? If in anger you have offended your partner, in word or in deed, you need to apologize. Number 4. Verbalize your love. Everyone needs love and will profit from hearing it verbalized frequently. This is particularly true of women, whatever their temperament. Verbalizing love is not only a necessity for holding a couple together, but an enrichment of their relationship. Have you told your loved one, I love you recently? If not, do this right now. Number 5. Know your partner's love language. Taking an effort to know and speak your partner's love language will go a long way in your relationship. There are 5 love languages: words of affirmation, giving gifts, acts of service, physical touch, and quality time. There is a simple test that you and your partner can take to know which is your language. If you want to know more about this, subscribe to our channel to get notified when we post our series on love languages. Remember the trivia question earlier as to what temperament tends to be single for life? The answer is melancholics. Some melancholics end up unmarried because of their idealistic tendencies. They get turned off by other people's imperfections and sometimes are too afraid to try and love again once they were hurt. So, if you are a melancholic, maybe it pays to remove your perfectionist lens and give love another chance. If you learned something from this video, give us a thumbs up by hitting the like button. This is Mom Cherry from Everyday Learner, hoping you understand something new today.